Hello everyone, thanks for joining this demo session. In this demo session, we are going to learn that how we can restore a database from a database backup file. For that, we are going to use AdventureWorks sample databases that are provided by the Microsoft itself. So in this demo, we are going to download the backup file from the Microsoft website, and then we are going to see that how we can achieve and we can restore the database in the SQL Server Azure Data Studio. Since I'm on the Mac machine, so in Mac, the SQL Server is not supported by default. So we need the support for Docker. So we will create a Docker container for Azure SQL, and with that, we are going to restore the database in the Azure Data Studio. So let's coming to the point. Just head over to this link, or you can Google the link as well about AdventureWorks database download. So the first link that you will get, this is this link which I'm referring to. So in this link, you can come here and you can see that there is a link for the AdventureWorks 2019.bak file. So this file basically contains the data. So when I click on this, it will download the file. Since the file is already downloaded with me, I'm going to show you that I have put it in the code repos folder on my system, and this is the backup file. So if you see, this is the path for the file. Now what we will do is we will going to be created a folder in the Docker container. So first let me show you how my Docker container looks like. So if you see my Docker container here, I have created a Docker container for Azure SQL Edge. So my container name is this, Azure SQL Edge, and my image name is the official image from the Microsoft Docker repository. So if you go to the container, my container name is Azure SQL Edge, and we will be using the same container. Within the same container, we are going to create a folder, and within the folder, we will copy this file in that particular folder in the container. And then within the container, we will connect to the database and restore the file. I'll show you in a bit. So let's move to, first we need to create the directory. So open the terminal, and in the terminal, execute the following command. So this command, just understand the command first. So Docker is the Docker command, execute, and then the container name, Azure SQL Edge. mkdir means we have to create a directory and add the following location. So var opt mssql backup. So when I press enter, so it is saying that I have already created a directory. Actually, I was creating the demo before I was trying to do that. So at that time only I created the backup file, a backup folder. So if you want, I can make it a backup 2. And when I click on this, it has created the folder, right? I don't get any error now. So now to this folder, I want to copy the file that I downloaded here. So how I can do that? It's very simple command. So the command is basically docker cp, then the source path. So my source path, if you see on the left side, is my username, the code repos folder, and the file name. So if you see here, /users, my username, code repos folder, and the file name. Then you put a space in between that, and then Azure SQL Edge. This is basically the container name which I just showed you in the Docker container. So I'll again show you, see, Azure SQL Edge. So with that, I'm going to show my destination path wherever I want to copy the file. Okay, so I'll change it to backup 2 because we created this folder, right? When I press enter, it should copy the file from my local host to the Docker container. See, it is done. Now how do I verify that the file is there? I'll show you. So now we will go to the Azure Data Studio. Within the Azure Data Studio, I have created the local connection to my local database, and in the databases, expand this and you will see the base, the default databases that comes with a new server creation. So these are the 4 ones. I'll click on any one of them, right click on them and click on restore. So once I click on restore, it will show me this dialog box, and in the dialog box you will have 2 options, database or the backup file. So I'm gonna select backup file because we copied the file in the folder, right? And we click on these 3 dots, and if you see here, I have the backup 2 folder. You see that? So you see we used, let me actually open the command. So now you see here, see we have var opt ms sql and backup 2. So var opt ms sql backup 2, and here we copied the file, right? So the file is copied now. I click on that and I click on OK. When I click on OK, it reads the file and it shows me, hey, this is the name of the database in the backup file. So you want to create the target database with the same name? Yes, I want to create the same name. I click on this and I click on restore. You can also create the script, but I'm going to restore directly. So when I click on restore, it should restore the database. Now it got automatically refreshed, and if I click here, my database is created. And now you can query the database as well. For example, there is a schema called employee. I don't remember the schema name. Let me see. Okay, we have the person, right? So let's do the person dot, what is the table name? Maybe person, right? So person dot person, and when I press F5, I should get the data. So you see, my database is successfully restored from the backup file, and I can also do the same thing for the other databases as well. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Just one more note, when you go to the terminal, notice that when the docker cp command, I used single quotes between my source name. Why I did that? The reason is the code repos folder that I have has a space in between, so it will not recognize the folder path. So that's why whenever you have a path where there is a space in between the folder names, use single quotes. That will solve the problem. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.